What this represents, guys, what this represents, guys, is there's literally $800 million of issued premium that's been paid out to the agents and for the families. So think of it as, guys, that's $1 billion of life insurance policies that's out there that we're helping the average middle class American. And that's why we're so, guys, successful at this business, because there's too much supply and too much demand, right? There's so many Americans out there who don't have life insurance or are underinsured. And as you can see during COVID-19, when the whole world went virtual, it really propelled our trajectory of our company, because now I'm not stuck to Mass and Boston, where I'm from. I'm not stuck to a single state. I can work in many states. I can talk to more people, and that should really attract you guys to this business. Now, meet the team, guys. Okay, the agency owners, of course, are Marisa and Christina Maggio, they're sisters. We have Marisa is Integrity Partner, two-time Hall of Fame producer, the head of Solidity. We have the co-owner of Solidity and agency owner of Epiphany, Christina Maggio. Myself, four-time Hall of Fame and Society agency owner, myself, Rami Hamady. And then we have Heather, two-time Hall of Famer for Just Serve Agency as well. Now, there are many other guys, managers, and top producers on the team. There's just a few of them. I'm sure that one of us invited to this call today. And just keep in mind that in our company, we really believe that, it's one big team. So forget these names of, Fan Society and Just Serve. We're all just one big team here, all right? So always keep that in mind. Now, why is FFL, again, the best company to join? And it's not just my biased opinion. These are facts. We do have number one producing in volume with every insurance company we work with. So let's say, you're selling Nike. We sell the most Nike, right? So in all seriousness, regarding the insurance companies, we're number one with all of them. So when you're number one with the companies, you can sway decisions because they have to abide by what the consumer needs. There's a very high potential ceiling, and it's based on merit, right? We're credible. Like they're like, okay, they do work with a lot of insurance companies. They're number one. They sell a lot with them, and not just because we can sell, but we're helping families. Leads is common sense, guys. I'm in this business, coming from myself, who would never worked in the insurance business. Being able to call somebody that actually made a request to buy insurance is a blessing, because a lot of companies out there, they make you cold call, friends and family. You're calling, a lead that filled out the lead 4 or 5 years ago. The data has been recycled. Here, none of that. So here are leads, guys. We'll touch on it momentarily throughout this presentation today, but we do have leads that are warm, qualified prospects looking to buy insurance, whether that be a mortgage protection, final expense planning, etc. But the point of me saying this, guys, is we are a lead-driven business, so please keep this in mind. Lead flow is cash flow here. And the good thing is, when you do start working leads, you start selling, you realize, why doesn't everybody buy leads? Because leads is, again, the cash flow of your business. We do have very good training here, guys. We only have top producers and top trainers train here at Family First Life, not only in our agency. There are other calls that corporate does, the Next Level Live, the True Talk, the Builders Call. There are multiple different avenues where you're able to receive information and resources from top agents and top managers in the company. No one's going to gatekeep a secret. They're all going to tell you what they did and how they got there. We'll talk about bonuses throughout, and we have bonuses from each company, bonuses from corporate, Family First Life, Integrity Marketing Group, and of course, overrides is amazing. That's what makes our business a passive income business, and there's no contract. You are direct to the insurance companies. When you guys do come on board and you guys get licensed, you guys will see that, okay, I received welcome emails from each company. That means you own your own business. No one else owns your business. You control your business. You control your future. So that's a good thing. You don't have to listen to anybody else. Of course, you want to follow the blueprint that's in front of you. But again, when you come to this business, treat it like a business, you'll get paid like a business. Other agencies or other practice companies, as I may say, you don't own your book of business. If you leave, you stop working, that book may go to somebody else. Now you're getting, calls and saying, why is this person calling me saying that you don't work here anymore? Here, you don't have to worry about that. Again, you truly own your business here. Now, there are two ways you guys can enter Family First Life, and I recommend there should be a road in between, right here in the middle for both. But for the sake of the picture, to make it easier, you can come on board and you can be an agent where you're just selling personally. You're, on the phones, making the activity, making the sales, and being profitable. The other side is you can come here and recruit. You can see the vision of passive income. You understand that, okay, this is bigger than me. I can actually have a tangible business that pays me passive income based on the production of my agency's volume. And all that means is if my agents are writing applications, if the applications are being approved and they're being issued paid, which means the client is making that first premium payment, then the agent gets paid commissions. And that always counts towards our bottom line, guys. So I recommend everybody to do both. Don't be that secret agent, that's working here and not exposing the opportunity to your friends and family, because you never know who needs a life change. I mean that. You never know, guys, who needs a new opportunity. I'm sure a lot of people you can think of need extra money, especially in today's economy. Just imagine the ability to make uncapped potential of income. And now you're not telling that person about this vehicle you're in, that you have the ability to have an uncapped income. So what I will say, guys, is when you do join, I recommend all of you tell your friends and family, tell people you know who are struggling, people who need to make extra money. Maybe they're doing well, but they can do better. Come in here, guys, and build an agency and be the best agent you can be, which means working every day and, of course, not being a secret agent and at least exposing the opportunity. It doesn't mean to hound your friends and family, join, 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 but say, hey, I made $2,000-$3,000 today. I dialed for 4 hours. I made some phone calls. I got told by tons of people, but 4 people told me yes. I made 4,000. How much money you can make this month, guys? And the best way to say that is, do you want to work the same hours and make double the income, or do you want to work, less hours and make the same income? So just think of it like that. It's always a trade-off. Here are some of our core carriers we partner with. Now there are tons of insurance carriers we partner with. Here are a few of them. As you all know who CVS is, Transamerica Mutual. The main point of this slide, guys, is that, again, we're not biased or married to any of these companies. We're biased to the client. So if that can't get them approved, Mutual of Omaha, I can pivot to a different company. If they tell me no, I pivot to another company. I keep on going down my list until I can get them approved. If you work at a captive agency or a brokerage that does not have all the access that we have, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, because what happens is you may not be able to get that client approved. Now that family can't get that help. Now that beneficiary, the person that they want in their life to be protected, can't be, because you're limited carriers. Thankfully here, we are not limited. We have too many carriers to count. Now, we don't have a license to lose money, and I mean it. We are not going to put clients into variable annuities. We're not going to do any variable universal lives. You're not going to put your client in a position where any dollar they pay you can go to 99 cents. That's not how it works. We always say that I have no right to take $100,000 from you and pay you back 99,000. I have no right to do so. I only have the right to make you more money. If you think of an IRA or any type of market that plays with the market, there's up and down. It's fluctuations, right? The market went negative yesterday, I think like 10%. So just keep in mind, guys, that we do not lose our clients' money. And how do we do that? By helping them with whole life insurance for final expenses. Maybe they have a mortgage and they need a term life, because a mortgage is based on a 30-year term, 15-year term. Maybe we cover the duration of the mortgage. Maybe they're young, 18, 20, 25, and they need a large benefit for their family to cover college tuition. They want to cover their debt. They want to make sure if they do die at an early age, their family's okay. IULs, guys, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about them. They're, just ways you can do investing with life insurance. Of course, Medicare, Medicaid, health insurance, etc., and FIAs, fixed indexing annuities, made mainly for retirement, wealth transfer, and tax-deferred accumulation of assets or income, where you're able to build money with the market without paying tax as you make it, and then it kind of pays you on a monthly payment all the time. What I will say, guys, is don't focus on what we offer. Focus on the client you're speaking with and focus on what they need, because, guys, at the end of the day, a lead's a lead. So if I'm talking to somebody that's a veteran looking for life insurance, they probably gonna need whole life, right? So I'm gonna focus on my client's need, not what the product does. I'm not gonna tell a veteran who's looking for a funeral coverage of $10,000, I'm gonna give you $100,000 policy. No. So we focus on the need. So veteran life insurance, guys, strictly put, is someone that's a warm client who's a veteran looking for life insurance on Facebook, social media, on Google, any type of online platform. They make a request, consenting to receive a phone call from us, an agent, asking to explain and to give them offer life insurance. All we do, guys, is we call our leads people who need insurance. We get to the ones that need it. Some people will tell us no. I'm not going to sit here and say leads are sales. They're not. But most of the time, guys, they're actually interested. Like, they want the insurance. It's up to us to turn the curiosity into intent. And the best part is, how hard is it to tell someone that made a request for life insurance they need life insurance? It's not that hard. It's about finding what they qualify for at the end of the day. Can they afford it, and can they qualify? They have a need. IUL, the same concept. Somebody looking for retirement planning. A mortgage protection, someone that bought a house or refinanced in the last 5 years, and they want to protect that loan against foreclosure upon death or sickness. People with inbound leads where a customer initiates a call to you directly. At that point in time, you answer and you help them with life insurance. And again, annuity leads. We just talked about it's just for wealth transfer. Now, as it says here, they're generated in many ways: social media, direct mail, and Google. The biggest thing, guys, with the leads, we have tons of types of leads. Now, most people in our agency are working on veteran life insurance leads. So just keep in mind that a lead's a lead. At the end of the day, it's a family looking for help. Your job is to make sure you have faith and blind faith to purchase leads, invest in your business. That way, you're able to talk to the amount of people you need to get the results you're looking for. Because I will tell you, if you guys just, think, oh, I'm not going to call leads, I'm going to make it happen, it's not going to work that way. You guys need to invest in your business because, again, if I told you if you pay me $1,000 this morning, but tonight I'll pay you $5,000, would you do it? You'll do it every single time. You'll say, how many times can I do that? It's the same thing with leads. Now, guys, the ways to get paid here are pretty direct. So, of course, we have direct compensation from the carriers. We'll discuss what we work here. We do have a 12-month advance, 9 upfronts. We have renewals from the companies, which means because whole life insurance is permanent life insurance, we get paid forever. So in permanent insurance, as long as the client makes their payment, we get paid. So 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll always make a percent on business I've written in the past. And if you guys just think of it on a grand scheme, on a bigger, bird's eye view, if you have thousands of clients every single month you service over the course of 5 or 6 years, imagine how big the renewals can be on that, right? So this really steady passive income. Direct carrier is active income. Renewals is passive income. Producer bonuses is really, really cool. FFL, we get bonus for writing X amount of volume. So if you write 20K, you get paid $650 extra, 30K, 35, etc. So every tier, every level, you go higher in production, you get paid an extra bonus. You just get straight deposit into your checking account. So on top of the money from the insurance companies from selling the client, we get paid from our company just for selling at a high level. On top of that, we have many carriers that offer bonuses. America's your first bonus, 10% every 6 months of your total volume. Last year, first bonus, guys, I got paid almost $20,000. And I already got paid, again, my carrier commissions from direct from the companies. I got pay renewals from my years that I've been working here. And I got bonus every month on that. On top of that, the insurance carriers gave me a bonus. So America's You First is amazing. It's 10%, 12% with good persistency. Corebridge has an amazing $7,000 bonus for writing 25 applications. And there are more companies, guys, that have bonuses. You'll be able to look into those when you guys come on board and get contracted. But this is exciting. Many ways to get paid, not just one avenue. Override commissions is how you actually build a business. And override is the difference between you and your agent. So what happens is if I hire Bob, and we'll go on to that momentarily, but overrides are commissions you make from downline agents because there's a hierarchy system. Now, the good thing is here, like I told you in the beginning, we believe a little bit off a lot is a lot. So you're not going to have a situation where your upline or the manager is making 100% override and you're making 30%. It's the opposite, right? The agent is always making majority of the income because you're the one putting in the work. It's not like other companies where it's backwards. Here, Sean Mike purposely made sure the agent force has the highest commission base, 80 to 145%, and on purpose to make sure that, again, no one's going to be, being lazy and just making money. We're all working together. Manager bonuses, once you guys can hit vice president, which is hitting a certain metric, you're able to get a bonus from Family First Life on top of all of these. So yes, there is a way at one point in time for you to get paid literally 9 different times, 8 different times in 1 month. It all depends on how much work and sweat equity you put into the business. Now, integrity partnership, we've been thankfully enough to get back in 2019, Sean Mike sold the business to Integrity, Family First Life as a whole. Now he still runs it, etc. But all that is, they were acquired by an insurtech company. They pretty much own 90% of the insurance carriers in the United States. And with that being said, you have the ability to sell your business to a private equity company where they'll pay you a salary, they'll pay you stock equity, stocks, and I'll tell you guys, stocks probably mean a lot of money, hopefully. And I have to hopefully disclaimer here, but you guys get my point. It's probably going to be, a good number. And you're able to sell it. At that point in time, you sell a tangible business, guys. It's an exit strategy. You don't have to sell insurance forever. You don't have to think about, if you want to exit and say, hey, my team is selling $1 million a month. We're profiting $250,000 every single month. I want to sell this. You can sell the business unit. Someone buys it. Now it's operating under them, and you got paid a salary and a bonus and equity with the company. So this is really important to know, guys, because to the best of my knowledge, there's not one IMO out there that actually lets you really have real equity in your company. There's a bunch of BS and fake contracts out there that claim equity ownership, but I've never seen it in writing and in truth. This is the only company that will actually give you the ability to sell your business. Now, guys, here's the compensation grid. You guys can go over this yourselves, but long story short, the left side is producer, selling yourself. The right side is builder contracts. It has to be back-to-back months. There is no jumping. So let's say you guys came in the very first month, you were 40,000, 2 times back-to-back, February and March, etc. You guys are not going to go up to 120. What's going to happen is 80, 85, 85, 90, 995. You go up every 5% intervals, right? This is the starting contract level, and here are the numbers you need to write back-to-back months to get to the next level. So hypothetically speaking, guys, within a 6-month timeline, you're able to jump 20, 25% of commission levels. Now, let's say you say, hey, well, I want to build here. I want to have an agency. I want to make money selling and passive, which means you have a team. You have direct agents under you. Let's say you have 10 people and they all write 15,000 each. That equates to a $150,000 group. So in reality, if you do that for 8 months in a row, you're going to get the 5% raise every single month from 80 all the way up to 100, up to 120%. So just keep this in mind, guys, that this is really important to know because everyone focuses here on selling personally. Guys, if you think about it, getting 10 or 20 agents to write $5,000 in a whole month when agents are writing 5,000 in an hour, this is not that difficult. What's hard here is just exposing yourself and knowing that, hey, you may not be the magic, you may not have success yet, but you're still pushing out the opportunity. And you'd be surprised how fast you can scale your business. And then now, you're at a good commission level, you're having decent overrides, and it feels good, especially knowing you have a good business. And guys, here's how agents get paid. So this is really important because all you're probably thinking, how do I get paid here? Like, where do I get to see this money? Everyone's posting all this money. Where do I actually make it? So let's have a hypothetical example for easy math. You're at 100% commission level, and the client pays $100 a month. We get paid a 12-month advance. 9 is upfront. So in reality, 100 times 12 is $1,200. That's what the insurance company owes us. Now they're going to pay us 9 out of 12 months, which is 75% upfront. So every $100 policy you sell, you make $900 the very next day within 24, 48 hours, assuming requirements are completed and you're at 100% commission level. Now, if you do it 5 times a day, that's $4,500. If I do 10 times a day, that's $9,000. If I do that in a whole week, you guys follow, you get my concept here. It's an uncapped ability to produce income, guys. And again, this is just helping one family. So you think about it on the scalability, you're able to have an unlimited supply of people who are demanding life insurance. You have all the carriers, all the companies available to service that client, all the resources to get the proper training to help them. And most importantly, we have the proper carriers where they pay us a good amount because we're helping families, guys. And this right here, guys, is everything. Thinking about, again, you're helping a family and helping yourself. This family, at the end of the day, when they die, their burial's taken care of, their family's taken care of. There's no financial worry, right? They have that peace of mind. Same thing for us. We're making our money for our future. So guys, this is really important to know. Now, with the override commission breakdown, this is what I was explaining in the beginning of when you build a team. So let's say Bob hires me, Rami. I'm at 100% commission and Bob's at 110%. You'll notice the difference of 10. 10% is the difference in spread or commission levels. Whatever your difference is of your commission level, you're going to make that percent on your downline agent and any downline under them. So if Bob hires me, I hire 100 Ramis under me, and 100 Ramis write $10,000 every single month. Bob's making $1,000 off every 100 people, of all 100 Ramis under me, including the 10% off me. So in reality, if you think about it, it's a business. It's just hierarchy. So you're telling me, so I can have one person come on board, They can hire 100 people, and it doesn't have to be that one person. It can be Bob hires five Bobs. Those five Bobs each hire one person. Each one of those people hire five each, three each. It can be a spider web. It can be like a roots of a tree. It doesn't have to be a linear line. It can literally be left, right, up, and down. But my concept is, again, under you, 100 agents, all at $10,000 in the whole month. You're making 10%. It's $100,000, right? And you do 10% of that. Dude, that's pretty impressive, right? God, you think about it. So it's amazing to see that, okay, the scalability and the passive income here is really important. So going back down to Bob's example, this agent, the 10% difference is $120. 10% of 1,200. Now he'll get 90 because we get 9 months up front. And the difference, the 10 months, 10, 11, and 12, going back to this example, comes back in the back end. So 9 months from today's date, January 24th, when the client makes their payment in February, March, and April, I will get paid the same exact monthly premium that they paid in months 10, 11, and 12. It's called back end pay. 9 months up front, the remaining 3 months come in months 10, 11, and 12. So it goes back to an analogy of the work I did last year. So I'm getting paid today, guys, on work I did last December, last November, because this would make month 10 or 11 those months. So you have a compounding effect of a book of business where every month policies are hitting that 10th month mark. You're getting paid that monthly payment, and it just compounds and compounds. And then with your agents, when they start writing, guys, it's really interesting. It's really cool to see the scalability again. And it's no business I know in the world has this much income, this potential to earn income just from helping a family, right? Like we're not robbing a bank here. We're helping protect clients. We're helping make sure families are okay. And guys, at the end of the day, I think that's why insurance gets paid a lot of money because you're doing good work. Like you're actually protecting the economy, the families. You're not just selling solar out here. No offense to anybody that sold solar, but I'm being serious. Like this is actually something that can provide true relief in a time of need. And that's why we get paid in a pretty, good way. So again, this just breaks down what I explained. If Bob sells 10 policies, Bob got paid 9,000. You got paid 10% of the 9,000. Bob wrote 100 policies. That's 90,000. You get paid 10%, 9,000. And guys, this can be every day, every month, every week. Depends how big you can grow your agency. So that's why, guys, you should be building your agency from day one. You should be right now writing down who are 3 people I think that can do really well here. Not to make the money, but so they're making the 9 or 90,000 because that can change their life. That changed mine. Me coming to this business and I had the ability to make how much money I was making coming out of the healthcare field showed me like, wow, like, something tangible. So again, if I bring on 10 Bobs, 90,000, I make 9,000. If I have 100 Bobs, 900,000 and 90,000 every single month. I hope that part made sense, guys. And now the producer bonuses, guys, is what we just talked about. So these are the actual bonuses. They do sometimes they get updated, but this is most up to date. As you'll see, you'll get a lead voucher. So they're going to pay you a bonus on top of the money you make, and they're going to give you the ability to make more money by giving you leads, because leads equals cash flow. And then if you hire people, right? If I hire 2 people today or one person and they wrote $10,000, I'll get $500 in cash on top of my lead voucher and this number here. So yes, there are a lot of agents selling between 50 to 100K where they're making 100% of this number because they're at 100% plus commission levels. They're getting paid $2,000 a month on top of that, $24,000 a year, and they're building a team and they're getting all these extra bonuses. So guys, the ability to get paid here again is literally unmatched. Now, why do we have the ability to sell so much? Not only top-notch training, not only the best resources, it's because of this. We do have the cutting technology and tools. So Lead Center, guys, Integrity Lead Center, it's on everybody's dashboard. It's where you're able to go purchase leads. Now, definitely talk to your upline when you do join for lead strategy call, etc. But Lead Center is the ability where we're able to buy leads across the nation from multiple different vendors under Integrity's umbrella, and we're able to service clients right that same day. You don't have to wait for an order to get filled. You just buy it, they come in right away. Legacy Safeguard, this is something you're going to help your client with for estate planning support. Now, Integrity Connect is huge. This is what I really want to focus on. Integrity Connect is like a built-in CRM, basically, like it says here, where you have an integrated quote and e-app for many products from health and life. Just like it says here, in 10 seconds, you can get a quick quote right away. So what happens is I open Integrity Connect, I put Rami Hamady, August 5, 1991, no medications, height and weight, etc. It will then show all the carriers I qualify for with the prices. You can do one click and it'll bring you directly to the carrier's website, and you're able to write the application and have a streamlined application process. So it's really important, guys, to get familiar with Integrity Connect because A, it's going to make you have a speed to lead. B, it's going to make sure that you're not sitting there jumping from tab to tab, going to different companies. It's all in one area. Now you just plug the information, let the system do its work. You have a single sign-on password to log into all your insurance companies. So Integrity Connect, guys, is really important. So definitely, guys, try to get familiar with this when you guys download Dashboard, and definitely just play around with it. It's really good to see. And talk to your upline with it. They'll be able to help you guys out too. Now, the 4 key ways to get successful here. The first thing, most important, is lead flow. I think that's pretty much been spoken and set in stone. We have to purchase leads, guys, every week, if not almost every other day. It depends. If you're buying aged leads, guys, I'm not going to sit here and act like you can buy them once a week. You know, unless you're buying 100, 200 at a time, you might have to buy a few different times throughout the week because lead flow again is cash flow. If I have 100 clients and Christina has 1,000 leads, who has the better chance of making more money? Christina, because she's 1,000 at bats. It goes back to the home run analogy. If I have 100 at bats and she's 1,000, who has a higher chance of hitting the home run? The person with 1,000 at bats, because again, they have more chances. And think of leads as chances to make that sale. Now, you will need new numbers to call your dial session. That can be used with Ringy, Unlisted. There's a multitude of secondary phone applications we use that you're able to download to get different phone numbers, but use your cell phone. But the biggest thing with this, guys, is master lead flow. Have a set budget between $500 to $1,000 to invest right away. That way, you have some skin in the game. Even if you know you're getting a hand up, it's okay, but have some skin in the game. That way, there's more urgency, right? And then you see, okay, I spent 500, I made 2,000. I spent 1,000, I make 4,000. It's a numbers game. Schedule is extremely, extremely important because if I do not have a schedule, I cannot call my leads. If I cannot call my leads, I cannot make money. If I cannot make money, what good is my doing working? So what I would recommend you guys doing is if you can't buy leads, you don't have a schedule, go get a job. This is not meant for you, and I'm serious. If you're planning to work here 1 to 2 hours a day, not buy any leads, and just buy $100 of leads and sit there and think you're gonna squeeze all the juice, it's not gonna work. It's not. You're gonna have a really tough time. And it's just you're gonna think it's the system. You're gonna think it's the lead, it's the company. It's not. It's the fact that you're being lazy, you're not believing in yourself to invest in it, and you don't have the schedule. Now I can understand if you don't have money truly and you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're trying to change your life, that makes sense to me where okay, your upline may assist you with a lead program, etc. But the schedule does not make sense to me because if you truly want to change your life, you're going to allocate time in your day where you have the time to make those phone calls and not 1 or 2 hours. You're going to make sure you're working 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every single day because it goes back to that same analogy I said earlier. If at 8 a.m. I told you, pay me $500 and tonight I'll pay you 4,000, would you do that every single day? You would. And that's buying $500 of leads. And in the whole week, you'll make that money. Now, your phone script, guys, is really important, and non-negotiables are important, guys. You'll learn about this more on the new agent orientation, but non-negotiable is sticking to what you say you're going to do. You don't break it. Whatever you say goes. Now, your phone script, it's all on fflsolidity.com. So again, it's fflsolidity.com. We have all our resources and scripts on there. You want to get good at mastering the script because you're going to be working one lead type as you come in pretty much. And you want to focus on that lead type and being good at objection handling, rebuttaling. We have a sheet, guys, that says what to say and how to say it. All you need to do is read it and practice tonality, practice your inflection of your voice, and just make sure that you read the script a few different times. That way, you don't sound like a robot the first time reading it, and it's okay if you do. You're just going to get better every single time. But if you don't have the right phone script with the proper schedule and with leads, aka lead flow, you're going to have a very, very long learning curve. What I will tell you is if you set aside days in the week, you can dial full-time schedule and you have money to invest in leads every single week and use the proper script that your upline is telling you to use, you're going to see results. And most importantly, guys, is plugging into our virtual office. The fact you guys came on this call today shows you believe in yourselves, you're investing and putting your time on a Saturday to join this call and learn about the opportunity. Understand, though, you're going to do the same thing in the business where you're plugging into the virtual office. You're hopping on Zoom. You're going to be dialing unmuted. You're going to be calling live. You're going to be getting active feedback right away. Because if you're quiet and no one can hear you make the phone calls, how can we correct you? So plugging into the virtual office is important to learn, expect that learning curve, and the trainings that we talked about, the next level, all the podcasts, all the next level lives, the build is called. These are really important, guys, to make sure your learning curve is expedited, and like it says, to avoid struggles and avoid pitfalls. So to tie it all together, leads is your clients, the schedule is the ability to call your clients, the script is the Swiss Army knife, because when you're actually calling your clients as a new agent, you may not know what to do. The script is what you do. Read the script. It's going to work, I promise. And plugging into their virtual office and trainings to make sure that as you're doing these three things, you're getting better every single day, because you don't want to digress. You want to progress in this business. And by doing this bottom thing here with these three following it, you will always progress in this business. Now, here are some key testimonials, guys, from some agents. So we have Brianne Kimberling. Her biggest month was almost 42,000. Licensed this year or last year, March 2025. Bree was in the healthcare. She was in the healthcare industry. She's open about it. She's a recovering alcoholic, sober for 2+ years. She's killing it. Doing great. Rose as well. Rose, I believe, involved in the healthcare industry as well. She's doing amazing. $24,000, her biggest month. And Rose just started, guys, as well. And then we have Leo as well. Leo, biggest month right now, year to date, is 45,000. And Leo, guys, is a single dad. And Rose is a mom as well. Rose has kids. Bree, not yet. But what I will say in that, me putting that point out there, they have busy lives, guys. Do you think that Rose doesn't have obligations? She does. Do you think that she doesn't have things she has to do for her kids? She does. But she still found the schedule. She still took the training, and she had the lead flow to write 25,000 in a month. Same thing goes for Bree and Leo. Well, Leo has kids, so he had to take time throughout the week. He has to do things as well. Heather as well. Heather has a whole family she supports, and she's writing $500,000, $600,000 every single month, every single year, guys. So my point in showing this is business does not discriminate. No one's special. There is no magic. The only difference that they all share, or the only common thing they share, not the difference, is that they all work hard, they invest in leads, and they have the proper schedule. That's it. They all did the same training. They're all on the same Zoom every single day. And that's why they all have the same numbers. Because, guys, at the end of the day, it's schedule, lead flow, and proper activity and training. And you guys will get more of that when you guys get onboarded and join a new agent orientation when you guys are contracted and ready to get going. Now, guys, get back to the person that got you on this call today. So we have three different types of people. We have an A, I'm all in, right? Like, hey, I love what Rami was talking about. He might have talked a little bit too much during some points, but I like what he was saying, and I want to start. I want to get going. Then we got people that says, I like it, but I have some questions. There's some things I need clarification on. You want to contact your upline or the person that invited you on this call, like we're saying, and ask those questions. Get the clarification you need. And then you may be a C. If you're a C, I messed you up. I must have did something wrong. I failed you, because I don't believe anybody looks at this business as a C. I think everybody wants to be all in, but some people have obligations, some clarification they may need in their questions. But if you're a C, that just means it's not right for you because you're lazy. You're not going to buy leads. You're not going to stick to your schedule. You're not going to, have non-negotiables, and you think the business is going to work for you. It's the opposite. You have to work the business. Business will not work for you. So I hope all of you guys are A, truly. And I want all of you guys to contact your upline who put you on this call and tell them who you are. Text them right now. Am I an A, B, or C? And again, thank you guys for hopping on this call today. Any question you guys have, again, contact the person that invited you on this BOM. I look forward to seeing many new faces on our new agent orientation upcoming this week. Well, hope you guys have a great Saturday and a great rest of your weekend. Take care, guys.